In recent months, it has been discovered how important certain raw materials and minerals are for maintaining the lifestyle we're accustomed to. Certain components and devices require special parts made from carefully selected alloys in order to function properly. With the Russia-Ukraine war raging, some of these elements have become more expensive, which in turn has driven up prices in sectors such as technology, automotive, and food. Of course, there is not much that can be done in several of these trades, but in transport, some brands are arguably doing better than others. What will happen to cars if certain parts are not available for their proper functioning? Will it become more and more expensive to buy a vehicle? We would like to tell you that we have the answers to your questions, but since we don't, we will tell you about an alternative that is beginning to be considered in the automotive sector. A real care weight that could mark a before and after in several sectors where its presence had not even been considered before. The curious thing about all this is that, apparently, two of the richest men on the planet have set their sights on this element, specifically in its commercialization. Now, let's move on to what's going on with Elon Musk and Warren Buffett. Since high school, many of us have heard about a certain element in the periodic table that has the distinction of being the strongest and lightest metal on our planet. We may not remember much about its properties and characteristics, but we recognize its name because recently, many entrepreneurs and transnationals dedicated to the extraction of this element have dedicated themselves to informing the population about the benefits of lithium. As a silvery white metal, lithium oxidizes very easily if exposed to certain amounts of water and even air, so great care must be taken when extracting it. Even so, lithium is notable for its light weight and for being an extremely reactive metal, which, when exposed to a flame, turns a uniform shade of crimson or a deep white. Yes, lithium is one of those minerals with which various alloys can be made, thanks to the fact that it is conduction and heat friendly. So, it's not surprising that the element has been used in various inventions, ranging from the manufacturing of electric batteries to certain medicines to combat disorders such as bipolar disorder. But what does lithium have to do with Elon Musk and Warren Buffett? That's where today's topic comes in. Why both tycoons have their sights set on one of the world's most exploited lithium mines. One situated in Argentina. The mine and its contents have been known about for a number of years, and companies dedicated to the extraction and manufacture of lithium have set their sights on the territory. For all the users to which the element is put, there are too many players in play, and among those entrepreneurs looking for the opportunity to exploit the metal is the automotive sector. Do you know where this is going? Yes, Elon Musk and his team are very interested in the mine and its contents, but what many probably didn't know is that Warren Buffett's interest is also focused on the transportation industry. For a few years now, the tycoon and fifth richest man in the world has become the main shareholder of a Chinese company dedicated to the production and sale of electric cars, BYD. This conglomerate is the second largest exporter of vehicles of this type, and thanks to press releases that have been published recently, it is known that the company is in search of new lithium veins to continue the exploitation of this metal. As we mentioned in the previous section, lithium is very useful for the manufacture of batteries, as it is a light, malleable metal with properties that are highly conductive to the conduction of heat and electricity. That is why lithium is beginning to replace certain components in batteries, which, in turn, is making it one of the most sought-after raw materials these days. The announcement that the company was interested in the Argentine mine came as a surprise to some, but what really shocked most people working in the automotive sector was another piece of news. BYD announced that it would invest no less than $449 million in Changxin Lithium Group, a corporation that is dedicated to providing such an item to third parties. This company already operates in the Sichuan area of China, as well as in the vein in Indonesia, and recently in the mine in Argentina. There is no doubt Warren and the group in which he is an investor have it all completely figured out. The problem with all this is that, from what we have seen of Elon, when it comes to acquiring certain businesses, the tycoon is a shark and knows his way around deep waters. But before we see more about the news, we want to thank you for making it halfway through the video. If you're interested in today's topic and want to support us in any way, we invite you to leave a like so that other users can reach the channel through YouTube recommendations. We value your help and the actions you take to support us. If you've already left a like, let's move on. Getting back to the subject, what does BYD want with the lithium mine in Argentina if it already has permission to exploit the veins in other countries, such as Chile? Well, as far as is known, a few months ago, the BYD group won the contract to extract the lithium found in the mine of Chile. This not only meant a benefit for the company in terms of obtaining raw material at a very good price, but it is also giving that country the opportunity for an expensive advance in its economy and in terms of new jobs in certain sectors of the population. This is to the extent that the country has taken the lead as the second Latin American nation to produce and exploit this material. The contract has become a win-win for both parties, and from what is known thanks to a certain newspaper of Chinese origin, there are several documents and testimonies that inform that BYD is looking for an increase in care within the union. It already has mines in Chile and Indonesia, but it is looking for more lithium veins around the world, which has led its leaders to plan a medium-term strategy where they will have control of at least 6 lithium mines, all located in Africa. What is their goal with these moves? To have the capacity to extract, refine, and produce enough lithium to power some 27 million electric vehicles. Given the pace they've taken so far in terms of acquisitions, it is believed that they could reach their goal within the next 10 years while meeting market demands. This alone tells analysts that the company and others involved in the automotive sector are preparing for a time of lithium shortages, which would eventually leave them with a problem in meeting vehicle demand. That's why the mine found in Argentina is so important. Why would it mean they wouldn't have to slow down or scale back their production plans? In the long term, BYD's strategy favors Argentina, as automakers would strengthen relations with the country, seeking more active participation in their supply chains. This, in turn, would lead to more affordable costs for manufacturing batteries and other metal accessories. After a year in which certain parts and accessories have increased in price, this could be the good news the sector's been waiting for. However, one question remains. What will Tesla do in the face of BYD's breakthrough? As we have seen, the cost of electric car batteries has risen in recent months. This is something that has not happened for more than a decade, and has led to some inflationary pressures, which could delay the arrival of electric vehicles at much more affordable prices for the general public. According to Bloomberg NEF Space, although Elon tweeted in April this year, hinting that Tesla and the fact that it needs to get into the mining business, the company had not seriously considered such a move. Or so it seemed. 2 years ago, Tesla acquired the rights to mine lithium from a mine in Nevada. While that contract was very beneficial at the time, the company is focusing on securing supply agreements with various suppliers, since in the long run, it would only have to worry about manufacturing the lithium. As a result, Argentina and its mine have become a target for the company. As one of the countries with the most lithium in the world, several companies have set their sights on its load, as well as all the batteries that could be made from it. As the world's richest man, Elon has the interest and resources to exploit the mine to the fullest, making him a strong competitor for BYD and its shareholders, including Buffett. And that concludes today's video. As can be seen, lithium is gaining ground previously occupied by other minerals and manufacturing metals, so it is expected that it will soon begin to be used in other business sectors and technological advances. In the meantime, the race between Musk and Buffett has begun, and the big questions are beginning to emerge. What will happen with the mine found in Argentina? Which of the two will have the opportunity to exploit it, together with their respective groups, to extract lithium? And what do you think affects this material? Leave your comments below and support us by giving us your suggestions for new topics. Remember, as long as they have to do with the rich and their investments, all your messages are welcome. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. See you next time.